Let's go right down to Norah O'Donnell with the panel, please.
All right, Chris and Keith, thank you very much. And we were talking about the Democratic race. And Pat, do you think the Kennedys helped Obama at all?
Well, they must have helped him some, but it certainly does not look very impressive. I mean, she won Massachusetts, where Kennedy is, and Kerry and Deval Patrick. I think I saw the numbers 57-40, which is something of a rout. Secondly, California, which was where they put their time and effort with Maria Shriver and everything. Hillary Clinton seems to have won it going away, and they were targeting the Hispanic vote, and from what I've seen, the Hispanic vote in California went 65-34 for Clinton. Now, there's no doubt they helped. I don't think they hurt, but it certainly wasn't decisive in any kind of way because they didn't pull anything out.
It wasn't decisive, but they probably did help it, to some extent. I mean, Obama was way behind everywhere a few weeks ago, and he ended up winning, 13 states to her 8 states with 1 undecided. I got to believe they helped somewhere in
but California and Massachusetts would be the key 2 places.
No, exactly.
Where they were, yeah.
And Massachusetts, you would. I'm sure they helped for.
He may have some bragging rights out of tonight because of those demographics. I mean, it looks like he's still maintaining his lead in terms of men over women voters. It looks like he's still maintaining his lead of black vote Barack Obama.
Oh, Barack's got a lot of arguments.
He's got a lot of arguments.
We were talking about the Kennedys.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. One of the things he's been trying to do is take care of his weaknesses. His weaknesses among female voters and among Latino voters. And it looks like he may have shortened those problems for himself. He may have brought those problems down a notch for himself, even if it didn't help him carry Massachusetts and carry California.
I mean, you got African Americans got 80% in Georgia, and then he's in white voters it was 53-44, and that's a dramatic improvement.
The headline though, I wrote down tonight though from the exit polls in terms of the Democratic Party is we still have a party divided by race and gender on the Democratic side.
Less divided than they were. Barack Obama making up ground among Latinos and among women compared to previous nights.
Yeah, but nationally it's still 20 points. Hillary's got a lead by 20 points on Hispanics.
Right direction against that
look
division,
at the African-American vote when you see 80-something to 13
for Barack Obama.
For Hillary Clinton, 13%. And that's the wife of the first black president.
But the most striking thing about the evening to me is Chuck Todd's calculation: 841 delegates for tonight for Obama.
That says something very good about Obama, I think, because clearly the surge has brought him right up to parity with Hillary.
Exactly.
And he looks like he's got a good glide path ahead of him, although you got the super delegates. And, of course, when they start seating Michigan and Florida at that convention, it should be very interesting.
But there is logic to the argument that the longer this goes on, given his money advantage and given the fact that he seems to wear well.
He has momentum.
With this race so close, we talked about tonight in terms of perception, especially on the Democratic side. I mean, as Chuck pointed out, Obama may be a couple votes, 5 votes ahead in terms of the delegate race at the end of the night. But is Hillary Clinton going to get the headlines? Because she won the 2 biggest prizes, New York and California. Of course, Obama got Missouri. He got more states. He got more red states.
I will tell you, I've already written my headline for tomorrow for my radio show on my blog, and my headline is, "This is a tie." This is a tie. You can argue, okay, Clinton got California, but Obama got more states. You can say that she got New Jersey and she got some of the other states that were the big enchiladas, but he got Missouri. Really, it's a tie. You have to go to such lengths to call this anything other than a tie. I ended up averaging their margins of victory in all of the states where we have that. And you could say he got larger margins of victory than she did. But when you have to go to that level of analysis to find an advantage, it's a tie.
I think when you look, I said before the evening started, New Jersey, Missouri, and California. And she won 2 out of 3 of those. And so, we saw some polls today showed Obama ahead by 13 or something in California. And so I looked at the end of the evening when California was in, and if I were the Clinton camp, I would have given a sigh of relief and say we dodged a bullet and we came out okay.
Yeah, but then that bullet hits you when you realize he won 14 states and you only won 13 or 14 and you only won 8 or 9. I mean,
but California and New York are pretty big.
But New York was never in play.
Look, anybody who's seen these 2 campaigns on the ground can see these are 2 really good, well put together, professional campaigns with 2 candidates who are really good at what they do. And the country, Democrats are divided on them, and so they're going to fight it out some more.
Doesn't it look like they almost are going to have to get together if they go down there warring over delegates?
I was just going to say that.
I remember the '76 campaign, whatever you say about Ford Reagan was a close one. Ford wanted Reagan on the ticket. he really wanted him on the ticket. And of course, Reagan didn't want to go there. So, but I would think if it gets down to that, and it gets down to delegates in your credentials committee seating Michigan and Florida, people are threatening to walk out. You say, wait a minute, let's pull this together.
That's when the pitchforks and the torches come out, unless you can get together.
We're nowhere near a point where either one, though, is actually ready to say, okay, I'll take that back seat.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they both think they can still win.
Well, I think that's right. I think Hillary's
think
less likely to take the back seat, though, because I think Obama, you always take it. I mean, Rockefeller made that mistake in 1960. He should have taken it. He would have been set for 64. Instead, you know, I'm not standby equipment. You do that, and maybe it passes your by.
You already have Michelle Obama on the record when she was asked if she would support Hillary Clinton as the nominee, saying, well, I'll take a look at it.
Sounds like
there is
McCain.
still... Yeah.
I would say that Democratic voters are in the same place tomorrow as they were yesterday, which is that they've got two candidates that they like, that have a lot of money, that are electorally viable, and who don't seem to be tearing the party apart.
You know, it does become essentially maybe a question of resources as we battle these last couple of states in this country, and Obama has the resources. All right, guys, thank you.